let's see, I guess I'll leave it with one thing. That as I have been going through all this difficulty, right, as I've been re-examining my life, I've been having to say, what is important? What is most important? So it's not family, it's not my job, it's not long life, it's not school. All those things are taken away. It's not health, obviously. So what is most important? And obviously, I'm going to say Jesus, right? Sunday school answer. But instead of that being a Sunday school answer for me, I believe that. Looking around, that's the only thing that's constant in life. It's the only thing that's promised is what Jesus has promised, what Jesus has done for us. If you guys are putting your priority, or you're putting your identity and your value and your worth in getting stuff done in school, in work, with family, with friends, with health, whatever it is, if you guys are pouring into those things, I guarantee you they will be lost. In the end, they'll be lost. You lose health, you lose your job, you lose comfort, you lose school. Those things don't last forever, and relationships are broken. Friendships dissolve over time. Relationship with family breaks up. Maybe not all the time, and maybe not for all of you. But those things are not dependable in any way. And you can't rely on them. Please don't rely on them, because they just don't last. The only thing that lasts is what Jesus has done for you in giving you salvation, and the promise that he gives of renewing all those things in you, and especially of renewing his relationship with you. As you look around the world, you notice that everything is broken. And so on a sunny day, it doesn't seem like it. Like you go outside yesterday or today, and it's like, I can just relax and forget about the problems of the world. But if you really open your eyes and look around, everybody at the park with you is getting away because relationships with other people aren't perfect, because school is stressful and is dragging on them, because work is not going as well as they want. They have a bad boss. They aren't getting, upward. They aren't having as much success as they want. All your relationship with God even is broken. You don't know who he is as fully as you ought. You don't love him as fully as you ought. You don't rely on him as you ought. And so if you can't act like those things don't exist. You can't act like life is awesome and it's going to get better. It's going to be amazing at some point in time if you just try harder or work better. And instead, I hope you guys will lean on God to help you, to save you, to give you hope in the future. That you'll look forward to when God promises that he renews things in the end. And those broken relationships, God mends. God teaches you how you ought to love others and how you ought to be yourself. Work, which isn't fulfilling now. In the end, God removes, God removes all the pain and suffering. Revelation talks about wiping every tear from your eye. That the relationship with him is restored, especially in the end. And I hope you guys desire that. As you look right now, life sucks in a lot of ways. And for some of you, it doesn't suck nearly as much. I hope that you will recognize, open your eyes to how much life sucks. Because it does. And that's, I think, the first step to examining yourself. But life sucks. And if you are relying on life in this world, then you lose. Because it's not dependable, and it doesn't come through for you in the end. It doesn't provide for you. It doesn't fulfill you. It is not what you were made for. You were made to know God. You were made to be in relationship with God. You were made to love God and to love each other out of that love. And I hope that you guys wish for that, even if it's not here now. Even as you look around and things are broken, you say, I wish that things were better. I wish that things were as they ought to be. And we all do that to some degree. But I hope you don't just try and fix it on your own, but that you would go to God when you guys are yearning for that. what is it? Romans 8. It talks about how all creation is groaning as in pains of childbirth. How we groan for, I'll make it better. We should just memorize it. It says, we know that the whole creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time. Not only so, but we ourselves, who have the first fruits of the Spirit, groan inwardly as we wait eagerly for our adoption as sons, the redemption of our bodies. For in this hope we are saved. But hope that is seen is no hope at all. Who hopes for what he already has? But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us with groans that words cannot express. And he who searches our hearts knows the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints in accordance with God's will. So he talks about creation groaning as in pains of childbirth, right? In childbirth, you're looking forward to something that's coming. It's not the pains of death, like this world sucks and it's all screwed and now it's dead, but it's looking forward to hope. So the creation groans. It's like, looking forward to something better. We groan looking forward to something better, which is the adoption as sons with God and restoration with him and the redemption of our bodies, it says. We want this world to be fixed, and we want our relationship with God to be fixed. And then the Spirit of God also groans for this. And I hope that you guys would participate in that, in looking around, recognizing how broken the world is, how broken you guys are, not just in physical circumstances, but spiritually, that your relationship with God is broken, that your relationship with others is broken. And that you wouldn't just be content with that or be trying to fix it on your own, but that you would groan for God to keep redemption, to bring restoration to it all, and that you would lean on him for that. Because he gives it now, and he also promises it in the end, in resurrection, redemption. So, what's not important is the things of this world, because they're all broken, and they're all undependable. What is important is who God is and what he does, what he has done through Jesus, and what he's going to do, what he has promised to do in bringing life, putting life back in this world, with a new creation, with redemption of your bodies. I hope that you guys would long for that. That you wouldn't just try and act like there isn't pain, or act like you're okay, or act like you're going to get through it, or act like you can do something to fix it, with your work or school or whatever. That you would really lean on God. And that's the huge picture, that's the big picture, that's what you need to be caring about. That's what's important. And that's what's honest too. You can lie to yourselves about that, or you can act like it's not true. You can act like what I'm telling you isn't very important or doesn't apply to you. But in truth it does. And in truth we are all broken. And what you need to know is that, like even in talking to other people who are broken, you don't give them counsel to go fix themselves. You don't tell your friends who are hurting, you need to do better in school. You need to do better at work. You need to be an awesome person. You don't tell people who are poor, work harder. You don't tell people who are sick, dude, just get better. You recognize that they're in pain. You recognize that things aren't the way that they should be. And you sympathize with them because of that. Because in your own life, things aren't the way they should be. And so as you sympathize, as you guys are going out, and looking at people in your family, looking at yourself, looking at your friends, looking at how broken the world is, I hope that you will look to God above everything else. And I came wanting to just tell you about my life and my experience, but I guess this is the big point that I want you to get. And this is what I've been learning to do. It is more important than me getting better, I think even, is me loving God and desiring him and giving myself up to him and trusting in his promises. So like, I desire healing. I desire that things go well for all of you. I desire that this world doesn't suck. But in truth it does. And I hope you'll turn to God and not to yourselves.